In today's episode, we are going to be doing 5 different projects to help you organize your home in a beautiful way using Dollar Tree supplies. All right, now let's get crafting. For this project, we are going to be using 5 of these signs. Now, these were so popular when they first came out, I could hardly get my hands on them. And now I've been able to find them quite a bit more for different themes and different seasons. So we're going to start with 2 at the bottom and 2 coming straight up on the side, because we are going to be turning this into a ribbon stand organizer. When I saw these, I knew right away that I could turn them into that because the height of them is perfect to get 4 rows of ribbons. So here I am, I'm just drilling out my holes because I want to warn you, these do splinter quite easily. And I was trying to think of a word to say how easily they splinter. So what I did was I drilled my holes, and then I made sure that it wasn't too wide of a drill so that I can get my screw in there without causing anything to splinter. And then I also added some hot glue in the holes where the screw was going in so everything holds together really well and really strong. So here I am, I'm adding on the top bar. This is the top bar that's going to go into the base, and you're going to see me put it all together in just a second, where I added some hot glue in the holes and at the joint of it, and I'm screwing it in the rest of the way, and it caused it to not splinter or crack or any of those things. So now here I am, I'm coming down below and I'm adding in some more of that glue. I'm bringing it all together. This is going to be the base. You can see my holes are pre-drilled here. I had my son help hold the other side of it. And then once it was all together, it turns into the coolest ribbon organizer, and it only cost us really $5.50. You'll see what I use in just a minute for the actual rows. So here they are, they're the long skewer sticks. I've heard them called so many different things, s'more sticks. I got these during the summertime. I've held on to them for so long. So what I'm using is a drill that is wide enough to be able to have these sticks go through it, and they do a really good job holding up the ribbon. I didn't have any issues, but if you want to find something that's more sturdier than just these, you totally could do that too. But I went ahead, drilled my holes, slid in those sticks to make sure they fit, and then I took it outside and spray painted it a beautiful tan color. And now I'm just going to slide all of those ribbons on, get them all in place, and you can see here that it holds quite a bit of ribbon. Now, funny enough, you can see that I forgot to spray paint the very bottom, so please excuse that part, but have fun with this one. It is such a great organizer. This next craft is so quick, don't blink because you will miss it. We're going to take 3 of these napkin holders. We're going to take some E6000 and some hot glue, and then we're going to glue them all together. Now this is really simple. One is facing down and the other 2 are facing up, and we are just sandwiching the sides next to each other. This is great for mail, for paper trimmers, for craft supplies, anything that you have that is just kind of making a mess and falling all over the place. It is a quick $3 fix. Once it's all glued together, spray paint it any color you want and you're ready to get organized. For this DIY, they have these all over the place at the Dollar Tree. I find these all the time throughout the whole year, and I ended up having a couple of these on hand that I thought would be really cool to show everyone something fun and pretty to make out of them. So I decided to take them all outside and spray painted them all white to start. And then I'm going to come in with some burlap because I really just like burlap a lot. You can use whatever fabric you want, honestly. And then I'm just going to wrap this around and pull it as nice and tight as I possibly can, smoothing it out, making sure it's nice and clean. And I put it on the bottom and around the sides. Now you'll notice that I didn't go all the way up to the top because you need to be able to make sure you make enough room for the lid to fit back on. Then I ended up taking some of those larger tongue depressor sticks and I glued a couple of them together, and I'm punching some holes out because on one of the boxes I'm planning on using a knob, and I want to make sure that the screw is able to fit on there, and I needed a little bit of extra room. I could have used washers, but I just decided to do this because this is what was in my craft room. And then I just tightened it all in place. And then once I had that, I moved on to the next part, which was being able to decorate another box with the other part of my printable that I will have linked down below in the description box. And it, like I said, it will take you to my website where you'll be able to download it for free. So I went and I cut it out with my paper trimmer, wrapped it around the box. Now you can see that each box is a little bit different. One of them has it around the base of the bottom of the box. One has a knob. One is getting some burlap ribbon. I just had a lot of fun doing different things with these boxes because I think that's what makes them so cute and eclectic. And then I added this gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree and then a bow. I really always love putting bows on things. It's kind of I don't know what it is about bows, but I really love bows. So I went ahead and added on some more to the top one. I decided to go around it twice, towards the bottom and then towards the top. And I really felt like it just added some more personality to this particular one. And then another thing that I love from the Dollar Tree are these garden tags. I know I use them so much. Leave a comment down below to let me know if you love them as much as I do. I think I might be the only one. But I went ahead and glued those on, and then I did a little bit of distressing. You can skip this part if it's not for you, but I really do love that distressed farmhouse look. For this DIY, we're going to be using a whole bunch of these stacking blocks from the Dollar Tree. This is how I store them in my craft room. I actually just dump them all inside this bucket and then I use them whenever I need them. So we are going to be gluing a whole bunch of them together to turn them into a beautiful, beautiful lantern that you can use in your home. And I want you again to see how it doesn't take a lot to make something beautiful. Now these type of lanterns, the one that we're going to be making today, they are so expensive at places like Pottery Barn, other stores online. And I just wanted you to see that with a little bit of imagination, you can make some really cool things. So I have these 2 long lines of 6, and then I have the 3 that are shorter, and that's going to be the bottom and the top. And you're going to see that I'm just going to add this glue together. And then once I've got those nice and straight, you want to make sure everything is as straight as possible when you're gluing them together. And then you're going to create this frame. So we're going to do that 4 times. And once you've got all 4 of them done, then I'm going to take these jumbo popsicle sticks or tongue depressor sticks from Walmart. That's where I pick mine up from. And I'm going to cut 3 long ones to fit, but you don't want to go all the way up to the edges. You want to leave a little bit of a lip so we can bring the sides of this lantern together. So you can see that I've got a lip on each one that will allow me to be able to glue down these bigger sticks and then still be able to put the sides of the lanterns together so it fits all nicely on there. And then I've got 2 shorter ones that I'm coming back in, and because the sticks are not long enough to go all the way that full length, I'm just hiding and concealing that by making them a little bit shorter on the back side. Then I'm going to come in with my staple gun, staple, add in some hot glue, and now I can start bringing in the sides. So you can see here, this is the reason why I didn't go all the way to the edge with these tongue depressor bigger sticks. So that way the frame of this lantern can be able to go together. And then I'm just basically sandwiching 2 of the sides, and I'm just holding it all into place nice and tight so it can dry nice and straight. And then I'm coming in with my staple gun and I'm just stapling it all together. Now you're thinking, oh, the staples, they're not going to look so nice. That's true. But I'm planning on painting this, so that's one of the things that you're not even going to really notice. If you are planning on staining it, I would say that you will notice that. So I'm not sure how to get around that one if you're planning on staining it. But if you're planning on painting it, you really can't even see them once it's all painted. Then around the bottom, I went with more of the stick, stapled them in place. So here I am. I've already got it outside with this pretty taupey color. And I'm coming back in with some white. I'm coming back in with a grayish brown. And I'm just distressing it to make it look very farmhouse, coastal. I don't like doing too much coastal for my house. I really like more farmhouse traditional, but I think that the neutralness of this is just so pretty. And then I'm going to add on some of this white nautical rope, and then to make sure that it's nice and secure, I'm going to take some of this twine and wrap it around a bunch of times to create that really pretty texture on the ropes between the two different ones. And then I tied a simple loop knot, added some glue, and cut off the rest. For this DIY, we are going to be using 2 of these round pizza pans and then some rope from the Dollar Tree. Now this is just like the crocodile, but it's called the Big Bite. It's the larger version because now you can be able to push things in further and get a bigger reach where you want to punch a hole. If you've been here for a while, you will know that the crocodile is like my favorite tool. It goes through plastic, wood, metal, and it's because it has this serrated tip at the end when you punch through it. It's not like a traditional punch hole. So you can see here that I went ahead and created 3 holes on each pan, and it looks a little wonky, but give it a second. I promise it's going to come together. I took them outside, I spray painted them with 2 coats of white paint, and now I'm going to take the brown rope. I decided to switch my plan. I didn't use the white rope because I spray painted the pans white, and I'm going to cut them all. I have 2 ropes and I'm going to cut them in half. So I have 4 long ropes, and you can see here that I'm tying a knot. I slid it through the holes on my pans, and then I came around on the top side and tied another knot, and that's because we're going to be making a hanging up tray, which will look so cute for the summertime. So I'm going to go ahead and use a ruler and mark out 12 inches, and then I'm going to make sure I tie my knot right at that marker, so that way the trays are nice and leveled and they're not going wonky to one side versus the other. And then go ahead and tie that nice and tight and repeat that on all 3 of those ropes. Once you've got that knot, go ahead and slide it through the next holes on the next tray. Bring it through, and this is real speed right here. You can see that, you know, sometimes it gets stuck and you just have to keep working with it until you get it to go all the way through. But once I've got it all the way through, I went ahead and then tied my next knot right on top. And when you tie these knots nice and close to the tray, those holes that you originally punched completely disappear. You can't even see them anymore. So now at this point, I'm just tying on my last couple knots. And then I would say that this is probably the most tricky part of all of it. You want to make sure that you hold the tray up and make sure that it's all leveled so you can find that top knot where you need to tie it. When you do, there's going to be this extra rope, the 3rd one. We're going to go ahead and cut that off because we don't even need that one. And then I'm going to take some hot glue to make sure nothing slips through and we don't have any issues with the rope coming untied. I just added some hot glue, brought the 2 up at the top, and tied my last knot. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you don't miss any new videos that are coming up here on my channel. I'm going to recommend this video right here. Make sure to check it out because it has even more fun Dollar Tree projects to try. And until the next episode, bye friends.